Basic ethnicity definitions brought to you by the Office of Management and Budget, the Office of Personnel Management, my nigga, and the...
Greetings. Greetings.
Hello, is this Nanya?
Speaking.
Hi, sir. It's Sgt.Todd with EPS calling you.
Oh, great. Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Great. Fantastic.
This call will be recorded.
Just to let you know, the call will be recorded, just so for both of us.
Fabulous.
Okay. Obviously you have some things to talk to me about, so I'll let you start, and then we can go from there.
Well, the 19th, I think, was Ginger Jack was the one who called me first.
Yeah, she's with Professional Standards, yes.
Yeah, so she called me because of what happened on October 19th.
Yeah.
With the officers coming out to the house to enforce an order I did not receive. And then they turned around and forced me to give my children up even though I hadn't been served. And so the officers actually violated that EPO order of August 18th because there was supposed to be no contact, direct or indirect. So they put themselves in the way of breaching that EPO.
Okay, well, that's not quite how that works, because they were going under the assumption that the order was valid. Based on what the information they had, the order was valid, so there was no way to know that you weren't served when they went to your house.
Oh, yes, there was, because Nicole was the one who emailed them that. She emailed me first to tell me she was on her way. Maybe she was coming from Calgary. I don't know. I doubt it. But that's what she sent in the email Friday on October 17th. And so on the night...
And again, I honestly, I don't know all the background of this. Obviously, I just know what's been in the police report and what you provide.
Yes. And on the 19th, when I didn't bring the children, she was supposed to text me and say, hey, what's going on? Where are you? Instead, she never inquired. Instead, she went to Windermere. So when she went there, she went to Windermere, and next minute the officers show up. So I said, well, I haven't been served. So until I get a court order that falls under Alberta Rules of Court, I got to be served. And I wasn't served. Now, she got the order on the 17th, on Friday, because it came out 4/17 on Friday. The problem is my email was not on that order, and she knew that, so she...
Okay, I'm just going to... Just to clarify, how do you know that she knew that was incorrect on the order?
Because she emailed me first that she was on her way at 12:55. That's how she knew. She emailed me. She knows what my email address is.
No, I'm not debating that she knows your email. That's definite. She's obviously, you guys are in contact with email, but how do you know that she had a copy, or she didn't receive she sent the email, obviously the court is the one that sent the email to you,
yes.
Right? The court, and as you mentioned in your letter, the court admitted that the address was wrong, email address was wrong on the court order.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't necessarily know that, because it could have been the courts that screwed up that, not her, right?
No, because she was the one who forwarded to, what's her name? The constable, the female officer, what's her name?
Yeah, Constable Tower,
Tower. And so when she forwarded it to her, the constable forwarded it to me.
I know.
And when I got the email, I'm looking at it, and I saw the timestamp on it was 4/17 on Friday. I already had the children at that point. So Nicole obviously looked at the order and knew that my email, because in the top left hand corner has all the emails for the parties. So in the top left hand corner, my email's not there. And then what happened was she forwarded that to the officer, and then she forwarded that to me. The first time nothing came through, and then the second time she attached the file. So that's how I was able to look and see. I said, well, you got this on Friday, Nicole. I'm like, well, you didn't say anything from Friday, Saturday, that the email is incorrect, and didn't say anything to the court until Tuesday. Then she admits on Tuesday that the clerk when she sent it to the court to reset for them to reserve me, she said, "Oh, he breached due to improper service." That's what I told your officers on the 19th, that was improper service. They can't step in and act like a clerk. That has to come directly from the court. They were supposed to tell Nicole, "Miss, you're going to have to go downtown and file an emergency custody order with the family law court. This is a civil matter." So they committed ultra vires. They stepped outside of their limited liability.
Okay, well, I consulted with legal advisors on that, and the in-person service is a valid method of service. And I'm not doubting that you didn't get the order ahead of time, but when the constable showed up and provided you with an email and the physical copy, that is considered valid service.
Well, they're gonna give their opinion, because that doesn't fall under the Alberta Rules of Court under Rule 11.21. So that's tomato.
I actually looked at those sections as well as had a review from the legal advisor on that. And yeah, those sections don't apply in this situation.
I don't have anything in writing, so that's an opinion. You're giving me a legal opinion.
And you're entitled to your legal opinion as well. And I guess we'll just disagree on the rules of service.
I'm quoting the code, and the confirmation is when the clerk's office emailed and said, "Yes, we made a mistake, so therefore it was improper service."
It was. I'm not saying that it wasn't, but
Okay.
at the time, my officers went there with the opinion or the assumption that you had been served. There was no way for them to know that the email address was wrong on that order.
It's on the order it says I have to be given a hard copy, not email, and the email has to come to the parties from the court. So much for that.
Okay, well, you just contradicted yourself. You said you had to have a physical copy, but then you said it has to be emailed from the court. So which one is it?
No, it says on the order, physical copy by a peace officer, and that has to be sent via email. So I didn't contradict myself. That
okay,
is
well,
on the
you
order.
can't have a hard copy via email then. Via email is an electronic copy.
Well, the point I'm saying here is in the order, it says that it has to be served by a peace officer. Now, she had an issue with that. I'm talking about Nicole. She obviously should have had a hard copy, or what was supposed to happen, she was supposed to send an email to the clerk on Friday that this is not his email. She didn't do that till Tuesday. She admitted on the report at Windermere that it was improper service. That's her words. So she knew it was improper service. She knew what my email was.
Where is that it said? Okay, where does it say that? Where is it in writing that she admitted that it was improper service? I haven't seen anything with that.
This was the report that she gave to the officers. Not the officers, to the let's see here. Proper service. I can look that up right now, because she was the one.
Was it to the courthouse? Because we don't have access to the courthouse documents.
Oh, because you don't have that. That's what it is, because you don't have that email from her that she sent to the court.
No.
So the email that she sent to the court on Tuesday, let's see, 19th, that was the 21st. Let's see here, 22nd. Okay, let me see if this is it here. Because she admitted that she said, "Oh, he breached due to improper service." So she stated that it was improper service. That's how I know. I'm like, well, how come the police came on the 19th on Sunday, and now 2 days later Nicole is saying it was improper service? And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. I said, "Oh, so you admit that she knew I didn't get the order from the court." So if you knew...
Well, yeah, because this whole incident with the police had already happened at that point when she emailed the courthouse, right? Because that was the 21st, you said? That she emailed the courthouse?
Yes, that was, let's see.
Okay, so yeah, this whole incident already happened, so she knew it was improper service at that point because we had gone through this whole process.
Yeah, but again, she emailed me earlier on Friday telling me she was coming to drop the children. So when she did that, she got the order. She forwarded the order to the officer. There's no way that she could have said she didn't know that the email wasn't mine when she forwarded it to, what's her name, Caitlin Tower? What's her name?
Yeah, Constable Tower. Yeah.
Right. So, so that was
honestly,
that was the first problem. So that was the first issue.
Yeah, I understand that, but again, like if I just got an order, I wouldn't have personally, like if I assume the court is going to send you a copy of the order, I'm probably not checking the email to make sure that the courthouse got the email right for you.
That is not my problem. That the fact of the matter is talks about proper service under section 11.2 of the Alberta Rules of Court. The issue is that when they came and they were saying, I said I did not receive it. Now, that's when your officer made the mistake showing that she did not do her due diligence. She said, isn't your email Kermit19? I said, that's not my email address. Nicole knows what
how
that
would she
is.
know? How would she know what your email address is beforehand, though?
Because Nicole was obviously the one who told her, because she must have been, she got the order from Nicole. That's why, because that.
Okay, but how are they knowing that your email is wrong on there? Like, I've never met you. I only know your email.
How did they know it was right? Your officer was very assertive in saying, isn't your email? She didn't ask me, what is your email? She said, isn't your email Kermit19? So that means she got the order. Who did she get the order from? Nicole. I tell her, that's not my email address. And furthermore, because it's Gmail, all anyone has to do is put their cursor over the email of whomever it is. The icons are right there. That's some pale-looking woman with sunglasses wearing a dark shirt. So right there, I'm like, how is it that they didn't see this? That's not my email address. And Nicole,
okay, and again, I would know. There's no way to know. It looks like a valid email address.
And I'm not saying it's not valid email address. I'm saying it's not my email address. That's the point. So when I'm saying I never got served, Nicole emailed me saying I'm gonna be dropping the children off. Cool. But then Sunday, instead of texting me saying, hey, I'm at the McDonald's, where are you? What's going on? She didn't text nothing. That's not the responsibility. That's not a responsible adult. Instead, I hear nothing because I said, well, I haven't gotten anything from the court. So until I get something from the court, which I was looking all weekend, I said, I still haven't gotten anything via email from the court. I'm under no obligation to give the children until I get that order. Then what ends up happening? They show up. Then they don't do their due diligence. Then they turn around and I said, okay, I'm giving the children under threat, duress, and coercion because they don't have the authority to forward a incorrect court document to me. And they did that. And so when the court emailed and said, we apologize, that was not his email because Nicole was trying to get them to reserve me on the 21st. So I'm like, well, why are you trying to reserve me? You now admit that I wasn't properly served. And Nicole knew that the email address wasn't correct because it's right there, plain and simple.
But how do you know she checked that and knew it was wrong?
Pardon?
How do you know that she would have checked that email address on the order itself and known that it was wrong and not forwarded it to you?
Because everybody who's in the email address is in a group together. So when she got the email address from the court, it would have had Kermit19 and she would have said, no, that's not his email address. There's no way.
That's not necessarily on her to fix that.
Pardon?
That's not necessarily on her to fix the court's
yes, it
order.
is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
If I'm in a group email and I see that, and it doesn't even have my name in the group email because everyone's email has their name next to the email in the group email. My email's not in there. My name's not in there. That means she obviously would have seen, hold on, he's not there. Because every time we do this electronically, the court always tells everybody, you have to CC, you have to include the other party. So Nicole knew that.
Okay, you're just making assumptions that she knew that.
I'm not making an assumption. She emailed me first to tell me she's dropping the children off. So she's emailing me to drop the children off, and then she turns around and gets the order at 4:17, and then she obviously knew the order was there because she forwarded it to Constable Tower. She knew.
Receiving the order from the court is one thing, because that is a group email from the court which had the wrong email address on it.
Correct.
Okay, stop. Just let me talk for a second. her sending you an email, she probably would have sent you an email from a contact in her phone, I'm assuming, just based on how people send emails. It's a pre-contact. So sending you an email, say she's dropping the children off, and then receiving an email from the court are two different things. You're not using the same email address. Like, she's receiving an email and assuming it went to you, because at quick glance, it looks like the same address.
Speculation. You have no facts. It's speculation.
Again, just as you are, you're speculating as well.
No, I'm not speculating. I have the email confirmations. I have the proof. I have the apology from the court.
I know. I'm not arguing that you didn't get served. I'm just saying, based on what
I was served late, so let's be clear about that in this recording. I wasn't served.
Yes, absolutely you were.
I wasn't served until the 21st or the 22nd. I wasn't served.
Actually, you were served on the 19th when you were given the physical copy by my members
I
and
wasn't
email
served.
copy.
My email was not. I wasn't properly served. Improper service. Section 11.2 Alberta Rules of Court. My email address is not on the order. That right there.
Actually, the rules of court don't actually. Okay, the rules of court actually don't specify anything for email service. So that's something that's agreed upon in court.
That's speculation again. You're giving your legal opinion.
No, that's actually in the act. There's no method in there for electronic service. That's just something that's evolved out of the rules of court.
So you need to go back and read the order, because in Justice Kiss's order,
okay, well, the order is different from the rules of court, though.
The order says
yes,
specifically.
The judge can specify it's by email.
The order said specifically it has to be served by email. That's in there.
Okay, that's not under the rules of court, though. That's an order written by a judge in court. That's not.
So are you saying that an order by a judge is irrelevant?
No, I'm saying that the rules of court are something totally different from the order. The order is written by a judge. The rules of court are written by the government.
Okay.
So you keep quoting the rules of court, but
yes,
it has nothing in there specifically for email service. That's something that's kind of evolved as technology's gone on. But yeah, the actual rules of court don't talk about electronic service.
There is actually about electronic service, and electronic service is adequate. The problem is the email is not on the email that I got.
I'm not arguing about your email.
Pardon?
I'm not disagreeing with you that you weren't served properly on that initial
Okay,
date.
good, clear, good, great.
Yeah, well, I know your email address was wrong. That's not what we're debating
Okay,
here.
great.
I'm speaking, we're not debating court stuff. I'm debating, we're talking about the police officers.
Yes. Showing up there, and not doing their due diligence, first of all, on the email. The second thing is, Nicole stated, because that's the 19th, so we were in court on, the 15th of October, and that's when the order came out 2 days later on Friday on the 17th. Nicole stated to the court that she lived in Calgary. And the justice said, well, I don't know how sustainable this is going to be, but you're going to bring them up from Calgary. She also stated that Nicole did not have leave to be in Calgary. Nicole did not have a court order to be in Calgary. Nicole did not have a court order to take the children in Calgary. And Justice Kiss said that the children live in Edmonton. So that's been established. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because the fact of the matter is Nicole has been still using this address here on her driver's license, which she can't do. And on August 16th, she sent an email to the landlord here stating she was thanking him for removing her name from the lease. And I got the addendum for that signed by the landlord. So on the 19th, when the officers came, Nicole, since that time, has been using my address here on her driver's license. And when the justice said she did not have leave from the court, I ended up finding out the car got registered in Calgary the day after, on October 16th. So on the 16th, Nicole went and she went and registered the car in Calgary. So if she was already living in Calgary, why would she go registered in Calgary when the justice told her she did not have leave?
Okay, this stuff isn't related to what we're talking about, though.
Yes, it is related. Yes, it is related. You asking me to give me my pit? What is on my mind? This is what it is. So when the officers
but this isn't related to the police investigation part. This is like family court stuff that you and your lawyer should be discussing.
Yes, it is. Well, I'm handling the case, so you're talking to the counsel for that case. I'm not using any external counsel.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, when she came to pick the children up on the 19th. She went and registered the car in Calgary when she didn't have leave. So for her now to get the police officers to come out here, she didn't communicate saying, hey, where are you? And this is what I told Ginger Jack. I could have been in an accident. We could have been someplace. I could have been out with my cell phone. I could have been out. Oh, my cell phone died. 1,000 things could have happened. But she never put out any communication. She made it a point to tell me via email, I'm going to be dropping the children off. When she's been running late the last couple of weeks, she'll send me a text saying, hey, I'm running late. So that is absolutely relevant because the woman is using my address on a no contact at the time protection order with no contact direct or indirect. And by her sending the order to the police to serve me, that violated that EPO point blank.
Okay. Are we talking about a custody order or an emergency protection order?
No, I'm talking about the order from October 17th, which I think you might have in front of you on your desk.
I don't actually have a copy of any of the orders, so I don't have them.
Oh, well, again, okay, so then if you don't have a copy of the order, we have a problem here. How are you going to sit there and defend that and you don't have the order in front of you?
Because I'm taking the word of you and my officers when they're on the scene. We don't get copies of orders. It was just dealt with at the scene.
Yeah, but your officer, I don't know if this is her email address or the police email that she sent it to me from. Danielle.Hightower@edmontonpolice.ca. So she has a copy of it. Because she forwarded that to, she forwarded that, what she got from Nicole, she forwarded that to me.
Yeah, but I don't have the copy in front of me is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. And then here we go. On the 27th of October, good morning. Our office emailed Mr. Ale a copy of Justice Kiss's order granted on October 15th earlier this morning at 9:47 a.m. So 9:47 a.m. on October 27th is when I was served. He has since responded indicating that he considers this to be improper service. Here is a snippet of the clerk's notes indicating that what email address our office was to send the order to. So 12:18, 45 seconds p.m. And so I believe the email address in the actual order is incorrect, and that is why he did not receive it from our office on October 17, 2025, when it was initially emailed to the parties from our office. So as I told you earlier, everyone is in a group email. So there's no way Nicole could have not seen that that was not my email address. Impossible. I apologize for this error, but can confirm that he was emailed a copy of the order from our office this morning. Thank you, Lisa Paul. And that was October 27, 2025 at 11:40 a.m. So I didn't get served until October 27th.
Yeah, I have a copy of that from your letter of complaint there. Yeah, I did see that.
So you have that email, but you don't have the order?
No, I haven't, because in your letter of complaint, you quoted that line from the clerk's office.
Yes. Okay, great. So Nicole sending the court saying improper service is an admission that it is improper service, because she put that.
Yes, well, she knew it was improper service after this whole incident took place. Yes, but again, you're assuming that she did it to basically screw you over by not correcting that email.
I'm not assuming anything. That's exactly what happened. She did that to screw me over. There's no assumption.
But there's no way to prove that, though.
I did. I just proved it to you. I didn't get served till the 27th. I didn't get served till the 27th. The order that she got on the 17th doesn't have my email address on it. She emailed me first.
We've established that.
Good. And we're in a group email together. And right there, I'm looking at it right here. Oh, is this the one? Yeah, when they send out the one that your officer gave me. Let me see. I'm going to try and see if I could pull that one up. It says Kermit 19. It doesn't have anything about my name or appellation in there. And that's the issue. So when you send out a group text, it'll have the names, especially for King's Bench. They already know, right? When you send the email out, the name of the person receiving it will be next to the email, and it's not on there, on the one that.
If they're a contact, yes. If they're not a contact, Outlook only just puts in the address.
Yeah, so that proved my point. So that.
Like when I emailed you the first time, your name didn't show up. It was just your email address.
Yeah, Kermit 19 is not in there, so they should have already known that.
No. But I emailed you the correct address, and your name still didn't show up. So that, again, that point isn't really valid because you can type in any address, and unless comes back as an invalid email, like you get the return email, it'll go through. The name doesn't mean necessarily that it's not going to go through.
No, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that the email address is incorrect, and the court knew that. The court knew this.
No, you don't necessarily know that.
Oh, yes, I do. They just apologized. Okay. That was incorrect. When I went to court, they asked you for your email address, and I gave them my email address. Furthermore, every document that is filed, they ask for the contact information of the filer. So the name, address, phone number, and email. My email address is on the front caption sheet of all the documents I file. So that's an error that the clerks made. But if you look into actual filings, you'll see kemet19@gmail.com is right there.
Yeah, and that could very be a simple transcription error, an autocorrect error, autocorrecting to Kermit instead of Kemet. We're debating intricacies of email, which is not really what we're here for.
Well, I'm not debating the intricacy of the email. I'm pointing out that I never got properly served, and the court admitted
we've established that. I'm agreeing with you that you weren't properly served on the 17th.
Great. So now the next thing is, like I said, the improper service, the officers acting like the court to serve me, they can't do that. That's illegal.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Alberta Rules of Court, improper service. Nicole admitted to it. Nicole
admitted to it. Where does it say that peace officers can't serve court documents? We do it all the time.
The document doesn't have my email address on it, and your officer led off with the statement, "Isn't Kermit19@gmail.com your email address?" And she felt very confident in saying that, and I said that is not my email address. So that's when that's when I told her you did not do your due diligence. She was supposed to ask me, what is your email address? Instead, she believed what Nicole said. And that's why we're here, because Nicole committed fraud. That's why we're here.
That's not fraud.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Well, you're entitled to, again, your legal opinion. The fact is we're having this conversation. So that's clear. Yes. And we're having this conversation not because it's frivolous. We're having this conversation because Nicole is the one who went and initiated this. And the whole time she knew that wasn't my email address. And then why because you had started this conversation, and earlier in the conversation you said, well, it's not really her responsibility to go to the court to correct that error, correct?
Well, if she noticed it, she should, but you can't prove one way or another if she noticed it.
No, that's not what I asked you. Because you stated earlier that on Friday, even if she got the order, you stated that she's not really, if there was an error, you stated she's not obligated to inform the court. Am I correct in saying that?
No.
Oh, so I'm incorrect in stating that.
No, I was saying that.
Okay.
We can't prove one way or another if she even noticed it was there.
Well, that was the statement that you made, and
no, I said at first glance, like looking at it, they're very similar. It's just one letter that's different. Like just looking at it quickly,
it goes back to the contact, like you said. I'm in her contacts, so she would have known that that's not my email address easily. Kermit, not Kemet. Number one. The next thing is, when she went Tuesday, she went out of her way to go to the clerk and try to get the clerk to hurry up and serve me. And in her report on the file number at Windermere, she said he breached due to improper service. So that's a confession. She knew that wasn't the email, but she didn't say nothing.
But this all happened after police were involved.
Yes.
So that means everybody knows it was improper service.
So that means she deliberately omitted. She knew that. She had the mens reus and actus reus to know that the email was incorrect from the 17th of October up until she went to Windermere. And then after she went and did that, then she's running back to go to the clerks to get them to hurry up and serve me, and admits in the report at Windermere that it was improper service. So she had knowledge prior to that. Period. That's mens reus actus reus. That's fraud under Canada Criminal Code Section 380. Then she uttering a false document, Section 366.
She didn't utter it. The court did.
No, the court didn't utter a fraudulent document. I'm saying Nicole committed fraud. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not how fraud works.
Fraud is what? Fraud is definitely she knew. She emailed me first.
Okay.
So I'm saying
when you're talking about men,
I'm talking about when the officers came. I don't know if she did the report first and then they came out. I'm not certain of it. It looks like she may have done that afterward. I have no idea until I get that until you all clarify that. But what it looks like to me is that she went to Windermere first. She didn't make an attempt to call me, communicate, or email to me. She went straight there. So that means the point was it was to try to breach me. Meanwhile, she's got a driver's license with my address on it that she's not supposed to be using since her name was taken off the lease on August 16th. That was October 19th when they came to the house. She told the judge she lives in Calgary on October 15th. Then she registered the car in Calgary on October 16th. Fraud. Point blank.
No. You have 2 weeks to re-register your vehicle. So if she said she moved on the 15th,
no.
She has 2 weeks to change her address on her registration.
You missed something, sir. She told the justice that she lives in Calgary. The car didn't get registered until the day after court. Fraud.
Okay. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
If she's you forgot something else. My apologies. The justice told her she did not have leave to be in Calgary. So what?
Okay, that's not criminal. That's family court.
I get that. I get that. I totally get that. However, the justice said you don't have leave to be in Calgary. You do not have a court order to relocate to Calgary. She didn't give the 60 days notice as required under family law, and she didn't have an order to take the children to Calgary, and then goes after the justice told her you do not have leave to be in Calgary and registers the car in Calgary. So therefore, that's fraud. That's Section 366 of the Canada Criminal Code. Then she turns around and she's using my address on the driver's license. So that's fraud. That's
fraud.
That's fraud. That's insurance fraud. That's uttering a false document. You're giving your opinion. I'm giving you Canada Criminal Code. You haven't given me no statute on that. You haven't given me a statute to count. You haven't given me a statute to counteract that. The fact is, Nicole committed fraud on the court because if she was living in Calgary already, if she was there like she said she was, why did you go register the car the following day after court in Calgary? Because she wasn't living there. She lied to the court. She committed fraud on the court.
Okay,
right now at this moment, okay, I'll take perjury. Good, I'll take that. Now she committed perjury. Good. Now the next thing is she's still using this address on her driver's license.
Okay, that's at best a Traffic Safety Act ticket, if nothing else.
That's
not fraud.
Oh, sure it is. She asked. Okay. Remember again. I'm clear with dates. August 16th. She thanked our landlord for taking her name off the lease. That's it. As of August 16th, I'll give you your 14 days. That puts you to August 30th. We were in court on the 29th of August in front of, I think it was Justice Manzia. So August 30th, she's not supposed to be using that address. And then when we went to court on October 15th, she said she was living in Calgary. Her address hasn't been changed between that point of August 30th and August 15th. Then from August 16th, when she registered the car, up to December, what was that, 5th, December 5th, she hasn't changed the address on her driver's license. So she's been committing fraud, point blank. Section 380, Section 366 of the Canada Criminal Code. Your agents aided and abetted under Section 21 of the Canada Criminal Code, point blank. Because when I contacted EPS and told her she was breaching the order back on September 4th, they didn't do anything when she was driving the car with no registration and no insurance on the Mazda. So fraud. She's been doing fraud. She got you guys. She played you. That's what she did. She got you guys wrapped up. You got all emotional, and you guys didn't do nothing. You didn't do no diligence and check up on what she's doing. She lost her wallet last Friday. Somebody comes to the house and delivers me their wallet. I'm like, her wallet. I'm like, she doesn't live here. Well, I have her wallet. I was like, what? Yeah, she dropped her wallet. I open the wallet up. What do I see? Her driver's license with my address on it. That's fraud, sir.
That's not fraud.
You're entitled to your opinion. The rules are
yours,
no. The rule says you've got 14 days to change your address. We've established and agreed to that. So
that's in the Traffic Safety Act, not the Criminal Code.
The Canada Criminal Code is fraud. Listen here. I guess I'm gonna have to do it this way. So what is fraud? So since this
I know the definition of fraud is.
Well, I'm going to put it on so it's in the record. Fraud is the intentional act of using deceit, trickery, or misrepresentation to gain an unfair advantage, money or property causing harm to another person or organization. That's what she did on October 19th, and she got you guys to aid and abet that. Canada Criminal Code is deliberately getting property, money, or services from someone using deceit, falsehood, or dishonest means, causing them loss while gaining an advantage for yourself. That's Canada Criminal Code Section 380. Key elements of fraud in Canada: dishonest act, actus reus, using deceit, falsehood, or other fraudulent means to mislead someone. Deprivation, actus reus, the act must result in depriving someone or putting their property at risk of money, property, or service. Intent, mens rea, the person must have known their act was dishonest and could cause deprivation. Done. You guys aided and abetted her. You helped her kidnap my children. And my children were kidnapped and abducted, and you all aided and abetted that. That is an established fact.
No. The court order says your ex-wife was supposed to have the children, so that's not
kidnapping. I thought
kidnapping.
You said you didn't have the court order.
I don't.
Okay, so how do you know that's what it said?
I'm basing it on the police report and what was talked about by you and the other members and your ex-wife.
And so now, I've given you knowledge under Section 21 of the Canada Criminal Code. She doesn't live in Calgary. She said she lived in Calgary and lied to the judge. She don't live there. As of last Friday, hold on. This is all connected. As of last Friday, she lost her wallet and someone brought her wallet to me. And I'm like, I look in the wallet, what is there? My address.
Yes,
so she's still using my address while she's driving the car with the children. That's fraud.
Well, I'm not going to debate fraud anymore because we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one.
So my children, as of August 7th, were kidnapped and abducted. That's Section 280 and Section 283, 282. That's the Hague statute.
Court order in the police.
No, there was no court order until October. October 15th was no order, and that's just to to exchange the children. She didn't get consent from me. You have to have consent under Section 282 and 283. She don't have it. She didn't have leave to be in Calgary. That's already established. That's a judicial fact. She didn't have an order to take the children to Calgary. It's established. My children live in Edmonton. She said she lives in Calgary. She just confessed to the judge she kidnapped my children. You all aided and abetted that. That's why I invoked the Hague Statute on International Child Abduction. That's why I had to contact the U.S. Consulate. I told that to your officers already. My children are already in a border program. So if she tries to get a passport to smuggle them into the U.S., they're already going to be looking for them there and the U.S. State Department. This is kidnapping, point blank. She didn't get consent from me, doesn't have consent from me. And now where we're at, the officers went and aided and abetted the kidnapping because my children were taken out of school on September 12th. This is what what's their names? The attendance board, Edmonton Public Schools, told me that the children were pulled out by Nicole on September 12th. So from September 12th up until the October 19th, my children were not in school. That violates the Education Act. That violates the Family Law Act. That violates the Criminal Code. So when she took the children, they're not going to school. That's kidnapping. That's harboring. That's keeping them away from me. I'm the one that's filing documents. Nicole ain't filing nothing in court. So she doesn't have my children's best interest. Your officers aided and abetted a kidnapping. That's what they did. And they continue to aid and abet. This is why we're talking, because you all know this.
Well, again, that's your opinion. It's not a kidnapping. So
listen, my children ain't been to school since September 5th, and they were taken out September 12th. They weren't going to school anywhere. Kidnapping, point blank, that violates the Education Act under Section 7, Section 11, Section 13. My daughter is 7 years old. It's mandatory that she must be in school. She wasn't in school since September 5th. So when you all came to take them on the 19th, she's not in school. Kidnapping, abduction, Hague Statute on International Child Abduction. That's what it is.
That doesn't apply.
Oh, yes, it does apply because, again, I'm informing you because you don't know this. Your insurance company and your insurance underwriters, they're all watching what I have on Facebook. I'm getting all these insurance companies. I'm like, why are they watching? I said, oh, they underwrite EPS and they're connecting party. I said, oh, y'all insurance rates, your premiums are going to go through the roof because they're having to manage risk and handle risk for Edmonton, Alberta, and for Canada. So when German insurance companies and insurance companies from the U.S. are on my Facebook page, they're on Facebook pages of members of our nation and other people, and they're like, who's this insurance company in Germany? I said, yeah, because they underwrite Edmonton. They're watching all of this. The whole planet is watching all of this. Kidnapping, abduction, that's what it is. That's why nobody is questioning Nicole. And this is the problem you guys are going to face, because by you all not questioning her, checking her fraud, you all are complicit. Now, you guys have to talk. Nobody wants Nicole to say nothing. She is going to have to talk at some point, because once people start losing their jobs and their pensions over her fraud, that's when they realize it's real. That's why you're calling me. You guys have liability. I know that. Your insurance underwriter might be already investigating you all and asking you for, hey, what's going on with this? Kidnapping.
The city is actually self-insured. We don't have underwriters.
Oh, yes, you do. You're not self-insured. Okay. So, again, and if that's the case, then give me the policy number. And if they're self-insured, I didn't know the city of Edmonton was an insurance company. So the point.
They're a city, but you can underwrite yourself. But anyways.
Yeah.
Again,
Oh well.
Okay,
that means the city's balling. Okay, the city got the city got dollars. Okay, so that's the fact of the matter. So when my daughter and my son were taken out of school on September 5th, and the officers came here on the 19th and forced me to give them up, from September 5th to October 19th. That is more than 3 weeks. That's longer than the strike that the Alberta teachers strike went on. My children weren't going to school. So since they were not going to school and my daughter was 7, it's mandatory that she should have been in school. She wasn't registered anywhere in that time period. Kidnapping, abduction. And you guys aided and abetted it. That's why we're talking. Because you all are supposed to tell her, oh, how old's the daughter? Oh, she's 7? Where's she going to school? You didn't do that. No Child Protective Services came in. Nobody came in. You guys didn't know this. Nicole did a fabulous bang-up acting job on you. She got you all good. That's why you're talking to me. Because when I called in a missing persons report on August 11th to find out where my children were at, the dispatch said, Nanya, we're not going to do anything. So that right there shows you all don't follow your law. You don't follow your statutes. You don't take none of that because you realize Nicole has made you all commercially liable. This is why we're talking. You're not calling me. You know most of this. So you're not calling me for that. You're calling to see what is it that I know. And I'm knowing more stuff than you guys do. I'm like, Nicole is omitting stuff. That's going to get you guys, you're already liable. You all have to question her and she won't stand. You start interviewing her, she will fold. She will fold within 15 seconds. She will not be able to handle your direct questioning. This woman committed fraud. The woman took off on the 7th, kidnapped and abducted my children. She didn't go to you guys for 2 days. Why did she go to Denny's? Ask her that. Why did you go to Denny's? Why on August 7th? Why did you go to Denny's? Why did you sleep in the car with the children overnight? Child endangerment. Kidnapping, abduction. Told her, bring the children home. You want to stay in a hotel? You stay in a hotel for the night. We'll figure something out, but the children got to come home. Kidnapping, abduction, that's what it is. You guys aided and abetted that. She didn't go to you guys for 2 days. That's not no emergency. That's somebody thinking, what plan can I come up with? And now you know. Now I've given you knowledge. So you must stop and correct the wrongs that Nicole has done. Failure to do so, you qualify under Section 21 of the Canada Criminal Code of aiding and abetting. Period.
All right, so this is just kind of going in circles. I'm assuming there's no way that this is going to be resolved by a phone call?
What is it you're trying to resolve?
Well, the complaint you put in with our professional standards branch.
Yes, and what is it about that? What is it that you're looking to resolve? Like, because you're saying the complaint, but what specifically?
I guess all of it, but you're stuck that this is fraud and kidnapping and abduction. And
well, again, I'm going to bring up the Education Act. The Education Act says
that's not related to policing.
Yes, it is related to policing because you all have a responsibility, especially when you have things involving matters involving children. The fact is, my daughter, it's mandatory. The child must be in school, 6 years or over, mandatory. She took them out of school. I didn't get notice from the school. I didn't get any letter or any information. I only just found that out recently, that they were taken out of school on the 12th. So she took them out of school. I'm the one that registered both of them. And she's a permanent resident. She's not even a Canadian citizen. And now she's hiding, not telling me where the children are at. Now that the EPO is done, okay, where are the children at? Where are you staying at? Because there's no protection order anymore. She's not stable. She said she lived in a shelter in Calgary. This was on October 14th. So when you guys came to the house on the 19th to get the children, my daughter hadn't been going to school since September 5th. That's over a month out of school. Yes, you have an obligation, now that you know, to find out why were these children taken out of school? Why were they kept out of school? Why are they not in school? Like, come on, man. I can see this already what the deal is. Hide the children. That is obstruction. That's kidnapping. That is abduction. So your officers aided and abetted that situation on the 19th by having me surrender under threat, duress, and coercion. My children saying you're going to breach me, and you didn't even do your due diligence to confirm. It didn't come till afterward. And then the whole time she's using my address. So from August 16th up until October 19th, my address is not supposed to be on that driver's license. That's why you're aiding and abetting. Under that Traffic Act, 14 days. So from August 16th, she wasn't supposed to have my address on her driver's license. And somebody found it and brought it to the house last Friday. Fraud. So she'd been committing fraud the whole time. Thank goodness I caught her on Facebook Live and that video was up for everybody to see. So it doesn't matter. You guys aided and abetted. You now have to assume the liability to human rights violations, the charter rights violations, Section 7, Section 11. You guys are in it. So how do you resolve this? You question Nicole why she didn't change her address on the driver's license. I want to know how she's got insurance. So that's obviously she's using my address to register the car and get insurance. That's fraud. Mens res.
Well, insurance is totally separate from registries.
You can't register a car unless it's insured. So in order for her to insure, the insurance is going to want an address. They're going to want a driver's license. They're going to want what's your permanent address. She's going to have to tell them this. That's the only way she could get insurance.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she does. Come on, man.
You can put whatever mailing address you want on your insurance company.
I didn't say I agree with you, but I didn't say mailing address. I said, what's your address? You're correct, but I didn't say mailing address. So she has to present her driver's license. The driver's license has my address on it. That's insurance fraud because she don't live here.
And how do you know what she submitted to the insurance company?
Pardon?
How do you know what she submitted to the insurance company?
Oh, that's easy because the driver's license got my address on it. She ain't changed that.
Okay, but how do you know she submitted that to the insurance company?
Oh, because she's using my driver's license. Because her driver's license has my address on it. So
I understand that.
Yes.
But how do you know that's what she submitted that address to the insurance company?
Because again, you're missing what I just said. But I'll say it. This is wonderful. What happened was she lost her wallet last Friday.
I know. I got that.
Somebody came to the house
with your address
and it has my address on it. So therefore, she's using my address to get services. So it's
no, she's not.
Yes. Oh, you know that for a fact. How do you know she's not using that? How do you know? Oh, okay, good. How do you know? You messed up. Go ahead. How do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, so you made a presumptuous statement. I got her ID. I got her ID. That's facts. That's evidence. I'm like, why is my address on her driver's license? Back in October, I'm getting mail for her with my address on it. Again, I'll reiterate for the recording's sake. She was taken off the lease on August 16th. So any woman who says they're scared, I don't feel safe, why are you using the address of someone you are in fear of? You don't do that. Furthermore, no contact, direct or indirect. So from August 16th up until October 19th, she's still using the address. And I told her lawyer, tell her to stop. I told her lawyer to stop, tell your client to stop using my address for her mail and for having Amazon packages come here. So here we are. December 5th, loses the wallet. I look, what is this? Oh, so she's using that. So that means when they ask for ID, she's giving them that and people are thinking she's living there. So she gets into an accident that you officers aren't going to sit there and say, what's her mailing address? You're going to sit there and say, oh, this is where she lives. Fraud. Come on, Todd. I know my stuff. That's fraud all day long. That's identity theft fraud. That's mail fraud. That's uttering a false document. Like, come on. What, are you all scared to question her? That's what it seems like. She must be the devil's daughter or something. Nobody wants to question her. Everyone's scared of her. Or is she a police informant now? Is that what it is? She got a job as a police informant? Is that what it is?
I highly doubt that.
Oh, well, I'm more inclined to say that that is the case, because nobody's questioning this woman, and she's breaking the law left, right, center. You catch her on video. People are saying, I'm getting people canceling meetings. And I said, why are you canceling? I said, oh, she probably lied to them. I'm catching this woman lie to the court, lie to the judge, lie to everybody, but nobody's touching her. So that's the only way I could be inclined that she's a confidential police informant. Because if she really was innocent, she would not be using an address that she thanked our landlord for taking her name off of the lease from August 16th. We're in December. She lost she lost her driver's license. And what happened? Somebody brought it, and I looked. She still has the address. Now, she told the judge she lived in Calgary. Why isn't there a Calgary address on the driver's license? Because she don't live there. She lied. Fraud. Mens reus, actus reus. That's what it is, man. I can accept that. It seems like you all are having a hard time accepting that she got you all. She played you all real good. And I know it's embarrassing that someone like her can outsmart police officers, and she did it. So now you all have to assume the liability, and it's not going to end. This gets resolved, you questioning her. You know what you got to do. You know you got to charge her. But the problem is, if you charge her, see, I'm giving you all this because y'all want to know what I know, so there's no problem. Your danger, your dilemma, and why you're calling me is because if y'all charge her, she gonna talk. She gonna snitch on all of you all. That's what your concern is. That will bring down the judiciary. That will bring down EPS. Their reputation will be shot. How this woman was able to outsmart you all. So it's either you all were complicit under Section 21 of the Canada Criminal Code, or highly incompetent. So that's how you resolve this. Ask her, why is she still having my address on her driver's license when she told the court she lives in Calgary? Fraud. Number one. Don't have consent from me for the children. Kidnapping, abduction. Number two. Doesn't have a leave to be in Calgary. What is that? 1, 2, 3. 4.
Can I just stop you for a second?
No, I'm finishing up here. 4.
Okay.
She has no leave to take the children to Calgary. It's been established in court on the record, for the record, and let the record show my children live in Edmonton. So she lives in Calgary and I live in Edmonton, and she tells the judge that, but then I get her driver's license last Friday and it has this address that she doesn't live here and was grateful to not be on the lease anymore. That's fraud. Continue. Now, okay. I'm going to hear what you got to say.
Okay, I just ran her motor vehicles information, and her driver's license is in Calgary. So
when was it in Calgary?
I don't know. It's active in Calgary right now. I can't access when it was changed. That's through motor vehicles.
She probably just changed it yesterday. It don't matter. I got scans of the ID. Like, come on, Todd. She lost the ID. The video, she said, how did you get on the video?
Okay. When you get a new driver's license now, they let you keep your old one until the new one comes in. So
no,
very well
that's no. You can't run that game, Todd. The point is, I got her wallet. The wallet had nothing else in there. No other Calgary ID. You can't have 2 driver's licenses at the same time. She didn't do that. She had that ID. And again, I'm glad that you confirmed. The car is registered in Calgary. So if the car is registered in Calgary, it wasn't registered till the 16th. So if she probably just changed the ID Monday or Tuesday.
Chances are she would have changed it at the same time, because if you change the address on one, they usually make you change it on the other.
Well, she didn't do that as of December 5th. I can tell you that right now. She was grateful, but she didn't give no gratitude that I had her wallet. Her wallet didn't have no Calgary address, no driver's license with the Calgary address on it. I know what that is, Todd. She had to go tell her handler, whoever at EPS is helping her, and then they had to scramble and go get it registered in Calgary. Nice try.
Okay.
Because all her credit cards, all her bank cards were in that wallet. And the driver's license, there was no other driver's license. So she was shocked. How did you get my wallet? She lost it. And she was driving the car with no driver's license. Knew she lost her car, her wallet, and was going to drive. So if those guys didn't find it, or someone else found it, she'd have been driving that car with no license and wouldn't have told nobody. So that's how you resolve this, Todd. You all start questioning her. But since that's not the case, I already know, and I appreciate you, revealing that if her driver's license has a Calgary, or if she's got her license and it's switched to Calgary, I'll find out when it was done, because there's no way that you're going to tell me that she had another license. Nope, because if that's the case, she didn't need to keep the license with this address on it. So the only reason she would use that is for fraud. Come on, Todd, it's fraud, man. She got y'all good. She got EPS, the court. She got you all real good. And you all are embarrassed. And the best thing to do is, like they tell everyone else, man up, admit that she got you, and now question her on her kidnapping and keeping the children out of school for over a month. You aided and abetted a kidnapping on October 19th, point blank. That's human rights violations. That's Canada Charter rights violations. You're not getting out. You guys aren't getting out of that. You're in a cube. A crystal cube is what you all are in now at this point. This is why you're calling me. So you and whoever's sitting around the table with papers that I can hear moving, yeah, you guys got some serious liability. All you got to do is question her. She'll break in 15 seconds. But if you're protecting her, then you guys are complicit. So it's either you all protect EPS's reputation, the court's reputation, and charge her, or you all go down with her. It's that simple. I have too much evidence. I have too much information. I have too much stuff that is decentralized. Evidence, too much. It's ridiculous. People are like, what are they doing up there in Edmonton? I said, hey, I said she probably, I don't know what it is. Don't know what deal she made. Who knows? But you cannot escape the fact that my daughter was supposed to be in school. She was taken out. She hasn't been in school. So if they got Maureen, what's her name? Maureen Matthews, to generate a fraudulent document after the endorsement date, it's fraud. Nicole is not stable. You guys took an anvil. You have an anvil with her now. You are not going to control her. And I see that you all are realizing that now. You will not control her. So good luck. Have fun. Have fun managing her. So now you've got your remedy. You charge her. You question her. That's how this ends. If not, everybody goes down with her. The devil's daughter will take you with her. I can guarantee you that.
All right, I guess that pretty much concludes it then.
Accepted for value and consideration in accord with the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, the UN Charter, and the Hague Statute on International Child Abduction. Thank you. It was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time as well.
All right, take care, sir.